And tension remains high in Juba, South Sudan tonight after President Salva Kiir's government preferred treason, murder and crimes against humanity charges against the country's first Vice President Riek Machar.
Welcome to Jimosi podcast. Riek Machar met today with lawyers at his residence in Juba as per his former spokesperson called Gatdet Dak. So that's what he posted on his Facebook page. So my question to you is, what do you think is the reason why Riek Machar met with lawyers today?
I think the main reason why Riek Machar met with lawyers today is in preparation, to help in preparation for the court trial. Because everyone, like every accused person, has a right to fair representation, by a lawyer.
By seeking legal services.
Yes. So that's why they had to call their lawyer, and then they came to help him with preparation, like the way to answer questions and also how to prepare a defense against him and probably the other accused persons.
And is it possible for an individual that is being charged to represent himself in a court of law without a lawyer?
It's possible. People actually do represent themselves sometimes, but it's not advisable because you are not a lawyer and you don't know the legal frameworks and how they work. So sometimes there are some types of questions that you might be asked which you might not know how to respond to them appropriately. But if you are represented by a lawyer, then they know how to navigate the court system. Yeah, that's why everyone is usually advised, even when you're getting arrested, they'll tell you you have a right to seek legal services. Yes, talk to your attorney or your lawyer so that you know how to, because it's not like you're just going to operate how you usually handle your day-to-day activities. The court of law is a different kind of setting.
Yeah, the reason why I met with these lawyers, of which some people were putting a number to it, but when I went to Gatdet Dak page itself, it just said met with lawyers. But some people, I saw them saying 11 lawyers.
Maybe they just counted the number of people that they saw in that photo
and
assumed all of them were lawyers.
So, but let's look at it this way. The reason why an accused person will have to meet with his lawyers before he appears in the court, which is at this point is not determined the court date, is to give the side of his story. Yes, we might have seen on some of the publications that has been released, that is being charged for this reason and this reason under Article X and X and X that were mentioned in that paperwork,
document,
right? So now, because these people said they did investigation, now the lawyers, because they were not there when investigation was being done, is coming to hear the side of Machar. And now with the side of Machar, they're going to look for the right article in that the same constitution on how to defend some of the charges that these people are going to use against it. Because sometimes, and the reason why I met with the lawyers is that these are the people that have specialized in that field. They know a specific article or a subsection of a constitution that can counter-argue what is being, the other article that is being accused of. So that's why they have to come in advance, get the side of his story, prepare themselves well.
Prepare the defense.
And they will even talk with Machar that if they say this like the way that you said earlier, that they prepare you for how to answer questions. So they will say, this is what they're charging you with. They will read this article. When they say this, you can say no, or you can say, let my lawyer speak for me. And then I will step in and I will use this other article to counter argue the other part that they're using. And that was the main reason why I met with these lawyers. But the thing is, there's no any any press briefing that was done about him meeting with the lawyers, because it's advisable that when you are going through this court process, you are not supposed to discuss
a matter
the
that is
matter that
already
is
in court.
You don't discuss it in the public,
Yes.
so that we can judge it in the public court of opinion. It's not allowed. You just talk with your lawyers. Yes, a few family members might hear it, but not even your lawyer is not allowed to talk about it in a public place somewhere.
Yeah, like you cannot go ahead and publish what you discussed or talk to somebody else, talk to someone else regarding what was discussed.
Yes.
Because people are bound to form their own opinions, right? And then someone will easily give an opinion of something that is a matter that is at court. So if something is under court order or something that like an issue has been taken to court already, then you are not supposed to discuss that matter as the defense or as the plaintiff or the person who has launched a complaint against the other one.
Yes, and there's a word for it. I think when you discuss that thing, there's a word in court that you can be penalized for it. I think it's called contempt of court something.
Okay.
When you discuss something in public which has not been heard, with the case that have not been heard in a court already, there's a word for it, either contempt of court or I don't know why I keep forgetting, but there's a word for it there.
Contempt of court. Okay, so contempt of court meaning, so the meaning of contempt of court is that it's often referred to simply as contempt. And this is the crime of being disobedient to or disrespectful toward a court of law and its officers in the form of behavior that opposes or defies the authority, justice, and integrity of the court.
Oh, okay.
Let me look at perjury.
Yeah, so that's what can happen. But again, looking at it.
Oh, okay. Perjury is the offense of willfully telling an untruth in a court after having taken an oath or affirmation.
No, that one
So
is
that's different.
That's
It's
different.
not-
Like when you're already in a courtroom and then they're telling you,
You
say,
swear
for example,
to tell the truth, but you tell them a lie.
yes, and then they're asking me, let's say, for example, they're asking my name, are you Jimosi? Then I say, no, I'm not Jimosi. And people know that I'm Jimosi.
Okay.
Or some other thing. It's not about name. I'm just trying to put the name just to show that it's something that is factual,
Yeah.
but you are denying it.
Okay.
Something factual that it cannot be changed. But it's not about allegation or something like that. The allegation, you can always say no to them. But again, let's look at this other video that I saw today from Citizen TV. They covered this story. And so let's listen to it, then give our opinion.
Okay.
And tension remains high in Juba, South Sudan tonight after President Salva Kiir's government preferred treason, murder, and crimes against humanity charges against the country's first Vice President Riek Machar. Security has been beefed up in the capital as fears of a possible reignition of a civil war remain palpable in the world's youngest country, as Emmanuel Tor reports.
Heavy military tanks positioned imposingly across the road, leading to South Sudan's first Vice President, Riek Machar's home, who has been under house arrest for 6 months now. South Sudan's Justice Minister Joseph Geng Akech had announced serious charges, including treason and murder, against the veteran leader.
Evidence further suggests, actually reveals, that the White Army operated under the command and influence of certain leaders of the Sudan's People Liberation Movement army in opposition. The accused persons are as follows, and they are 8 in number. Number 1, Dr. Riek Machar Teny Dhurgon.
The government saying Machar, who is the leader of the Sudan People's Liberation Movement in opposition, had orchestrated an attack on a military base by the White Army militia, which left 250 soldiers and a general dead.
So based on evidence, the following charges were prepared under South Sudan laws and applicable international laws. 1, murder. This is in accordance with Section 206, Penal Code Act 2008.
Machar's spokesperson Pok Both Baluang dismissed the charges as a plot to scuttle the 2018 peace deal that ended a 5-year civil war that left 400,000 people killed and 2.5 million others displaced. South Sudan, which got independence from Sudan in 2011, becoming the world's youngest country, broke into a civil war in 2013 when Kiir dismissed Machar as vice president, accusing him of plotting a coup against him. The agreement created 5 slots of vice presidents, with Machar getting back to government as the first vice president of the war-torn country. Emmanuel Toh, Citizen TV, Nairobi.
So my question to you is, having listened to how they introduce it, how this Citizen TV introduce it, do you think South Sudan is at the brink of going back to war, as per the way that Citizen TV has put it?
I don't think South Sudan is at the blink of going back to war. Because if at all there was a time when South Sudan would have gone back to war, then it's when Dr. Riek Machar was put under house arrest and he was not produced in any court of law. The Constitution says, or the penal code usually says that if someone has committed a crime and they are suspected, then if you arrest them, then it means you have kind of done some underground investigation, right? So you should produce them in court within 24 hours. If the arrest took place on a weekend, that is on a Friday, then they should be produced in court by the next Monday. But Riek Machar was placed under house arrest for over almost 6 months.
Yeah.
Yes. So right now, like during that time, people would have rioted, his supporters, because of placing him under house arrest without clear indication of what he had done. And he has not been produced in any court of law. That was wrongful, in my opinion. And I believe many other people believe the same thing. So right now, since he's been taken to court, the matter would be addressed in the right manner. And then they'll see if he's convicted, that is, if the prosecutor is able to provide evidence beyond reasonable doubt that he was engaged in all the crimes or all the activities that he's being charged of or being accused of, then he can be convicted. If he's innocent, then he will be acquitted and he'll be a free man. But if he's guilty of some of those counts, then he can be given a
The judge will
sentence.
determine the sentence.
Yes.
Okay, so let's leave it there. Let me answer the question that you are just answering right now, put by Citizen TV of Kenya,
Yeah.
that is South Sudan at the brink of war. I would say no.
Okay.
The reason why Citizen TV put it that way is how the main media sell their news. They have to make it more negative for it to get the
Negativity
viewership.
sells. Yeah.
Yes. If it was a positive story, they will not even cover. But when they put it, because South Sudan is a country that has been fighting from time to time. So any small thing that happened, they have to connect it to a possible war so that it make a major news. So that's why Citizen TV put it that way. And I don't think South Sudan is at that brink of war. Because if it was at that brink, yesterday when Riek Machar was suspended, you would have heard that at some part of the country, people have already started fighting.
Okay.
Or you would have seen on a lot of social media pages, people posting these other
Like
groups saying how they are
insightful.
getting ready for the fight, and this other side saying this, and this other side saying that. And most of the Facebook pages that run this kind of news, nobody has insinuated anything like that as of now.
Yeah.
So that simply means there's nothing like brink of war. And then also, if you look at the video that they're actually playing, they're showing a lot of tank and some old videos of people trying to go to war. This is just recycling of videos. If this was actual photos of what's happening on the street of Juba, you would have seen people here on TikTok posting the same videos. the same photos. This is how social media work nowadays. Somebody will be inside his rucksack going somewhere. You see something that look like there's going to be a fight or soldiers moving a certain way. They take a photo of them, they post it on social media, and then they add some caption to it.
Yeah.
But such kind of news, they have not been spread that much after his suspension.
Yeah.
So I just feel like Citizen TV were trying to we're doing
sensationalized.
Yeah, they were doing their work the way that they like doing it by making it more negative so that it sell to a larger crowd.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, looking at other things, looking back to when he was arrested under house arrest, and when the White Army attacked the barrack, if South Sudan was to have a continuous fight, it would have happened from that time until now.
Yes.
But again, South Sudan is always fighting. Even sometimes it's not even... It's even hard to determine that this is now the time that these people are fighting. People have been fighting. The rest of this year, people have been fighting everywhere.
In different corners, yeah.
Yes. So there was a Nasir fight. There was fight in Mayom County. There is fight in Warab.
Equatoria.
Yeah, there is fight in Warab. Even they had to declare a state of emergency. There's fight in Western Equatoria, the site of Tumbra.
Yeah.
There is fight in Eastern Equatoria. Literally, there's fight everywhere. So the people that are already fighting are already doing that. So it's not going to be a new thing again.
But then it's not like something that is politically motivated. Most of these things are intercommunal fights.
Some are government related, because especially when you look at what is happening at the Western Equatoria
and Upper Nile.
Yes, and Upper Nile. Those one are SSPDF and SPLMIO and other groups.
Yeah.
It's only a specific thing within Warab. That one was more of sub-clan. Let's call it clan fight. So you see there.
Yeah.
So the idea of people have been fighting everywhere. And even right now I heard there are some people fighting in Jangule, this small sub-clan.
Oh yeah.
So
like there's
you don't have to mention. Yeah. So there's fight almost everywhere.
And it's been ongoing since 2023. So.
Yes. So there's just so much fight going on everywhere.
Yeah.
And the fact that Machar staying in custody or in his house arrest for over 6 months, it has eased the tension that was supposed to be there.
Right now, what I believe most people are looking forward to is the judge's decision.
Yeah, the court process itself and everything.
And
but again, how do you fight?
How to move on?
How do you fight when you have your main people still under the government custody? Because, yes, let's take, for example, Port Kang Chol and Riek Machar and other people. Those ones that were said that they will be charged as per the announcement made, they have not been released to go back to their homes to wait for the court date. I think they're still in custody, right? Because nobody has said, people have said that Machar is being charged. Machar has been suspended, but nobody has said he has been released from house arrest.
No, like he cannot
wait for the court date.
They can't release him. That's like when you are arrested, right? You'll be put in remand. But in this case, his house is where he's under arrest until when he will start attending the court proceedings. So I believe he will be taken to court from his house and then taken back to his house.
But this kind of the process itself, it seemed like to be selective, because when I look at the Kenyan process, if you are arrested and taken to the police station, and maybe after a few days you are produced in court, then you are either given a bail to pay, and
Cash
then you
bail.
go home.
Yeah,
So you pay or a bond. So you pay some money to the court, and then you go home, wait for the exact court date.
Yeah.
But it seems in this case they are not doing that. They have not tell him pay a bond or a cash bail to go out as you wait for your case to be processed. It doesn't seem to be happening here.
It depends, because this is a high-profile case, right? And the person himself has some influence. So they cannot just release him to the public like that because he has a lot of connections. He can easily disappear. Yeah. So that's why I believe they have not
given him
any kind of bail or bond. Yeah. Oh, by the way, what we were looking at, it's contempt of court. And then in law, they say a case is sub judice, which is a Latin word for under a judge. And it means that a particular case or matter is under trial or being considered by a judge or court. And it can be used as some of the synonyms for that are like the present case or the case at bar. And in many countries, it's usually considered inappropriate to comment publicly on cases sub judice or cases that are
still
awaiting trial. And it can be an offense on itself, leading to contempt of court proceedings, which is particularly true in criminal cases.
Yeah, so that simply means that none of his lawyers or Machar himself will talk of the specific case of the case. Until when the whole case has been finished
resolved
and the verdict has been given. This is now when they can speak of it because it has been fully resolved. But at the moment, they just have to talk within themselves, talk to the lawyers and talk to them, and that's how they will go at the moment.
And the reason why people are usually to avoid discussing cases publicly is because this is going to interfere with the due process.
Yeah, it's just that when you give what you call your side of the story, it might sway a specific group of people that might pressure either the government or you. So take, for example, if the government that is speaking about the case itself, then now is going to push a certain group within the country that, we side with the government with what they're saying.
Narrative,
Yes. And if it is the same thing, the accused person saying his side of story, there's a group of the citizens that are going to side with him and say, why is the government doing this and doing this? So that's why they try to keep it confidential at that time.
Yeah, because some of these opinions might influence the judge's decision. Or like if it's a case that is going before a bench, that is a number of judges or a jury, then different people will have to vote on different things, right? To say if they think based on the evidence that has been produced in court, if this person is guilty or innocent. They'll just make their votes, and then if, let's say, the case was highly publicized and a lot of people had their opinions, it might influence the opinion of some of the judges that are forming part of the jury.
But do judges actually give their opinion when it comes to the judgment itself? It's not more of the opinion, it's more of like the evidence and the case facts provided linked together with the article of the constitution that are there. If the constitution said for murder, these are the requirements to be met. If the person prosecuting the other person come with the evidence
that
and
they committed murder,
then will link with these requirements that are needed here. This is when now judge will say these conditions were met, and for this reason you are either guilty or you are innocent. If the conditions are not met, then they will say condition X was not met. Based on the evidence that you are provided. So this person is not guilty. So it's not more of opinion. But again, the case itself, nobody knows when it is going to be heard. We're just talking the fact that like none of the lawyers or Machar has talked of the case fact itself. Is because of that contempt of court. So that's why they're discussing to prepare themselves for that day.
For the defense.
Yes, when it is announced. But there is this guy, I'm still talking about James Gatdet Dak. The person that say Machar met today with
his
lawyers. You know, this guy was in prison or he was in custody some years back.
At Blue House?
Yeah. Because he was a spokesperson, and you know the way the government work. So he was arrested.
Rehired like that.
So when he was talking of lawyers, he was referring to his case of 2017-2018, saying that these were some of the lawyers that worked with him at that time, and he was free.
Okay.
And I don't know if you know of his case or you have no idea.
No, I haven't gone through him.
Okay. So to me, I don't know a lot of case work about his case itself, but it seemed like for him, it was not more of the lawyers defending him. It was more of president pardoning him as part of the conditions that were set by Machar for him to fully sign the 2018 peace agreement and come back to Juba. Some of the political prisoners had to be released.
Okay.
And I think his spokesperson was one of them, or either it was a pressure from the
international community.
Yeah, or from, I don't know, is James Gatdet from which part of the world? Is he a UK, is he Australian, or is he American or Canadian?
Okay.
One of those. So maybe one of those governments.
His second citizenship.
Yes, his second citizenship. So one of those countries where he have his citizenship gave the pressure to the government, and it was pardoned for that reason, or it was Machar. I don't know a lot of his case fact, but I don't think it was.
We can check and then if we can put a comment.
Yeah, we can check,
there.
but you know, the thing is with the government of South Sudan, some of these proceedings are not made public.
Yeah, they are not published.
So there's nowhere that you are going to go and actually find what exactly happened.
Yeah.
So this is what happened, and these conditions were not met. So this is why it was released, or it was released because of this other one, and this reason, and what it was accused of. Those publications are not everywhere.
Yeah, I feel like that's a failure on the side of the judiciary, right? Because most of these high-profile cases, and actually any other case, is supposed to be available. For example, right now, if you find someone that has been accused by the government of the US, you're most likely going to find a case that has been opened against them on their under the Ministry of Justice
and Court. Yeah. If
Yes.
you type in the name of the person, it will pop up.
It will
Even
pop
on
up.
a regular Google search,
Yes.
it will come up if you go down.
And give you all the case parts. But for us, I feel like it's a digitization issue. Because maybe they are working with paperwork and then, scanning all those. And maybe the handwriting will not be clear and stuff.
And even opening a website where you can keep those cases. The reason why it is good to keep those cases, sometimes those cases are used to argue the subsequent cases or future cases.
They set precedents.
Yes, where you say it according to the case of X and X, when it was accused of this, it was acquitted, or the government failed on this side and this side. So for this reason, my client will have to is not guilty because of this reason, and in reference to the case of so and so
versus
they are
the state.
so they are similar.
Yeah.
But in this case, who exactly is the prosecutor of Machar?
I feel like it's the government prosecutor.
Okay, who is the government prosecutor? Because for the arm of government, there is executive, there is judiciary, and there's the parliament. So obviously it's not the parliament.
It's under the judiciary.
And I don't think if it is the executive, where the president, ministers, and vice president are in. It is not that arm of government. But again, when we come to the judiciary, it's not the judiciary that is the prosecutor of the case. I feel like judiciary are the people that are supposed to make the judge. So they are the third party in this case. So there should be the exact person, the exact prosecutor
somewhere. Should be like the attorney general. Because that's like the person that acts as the lawyer of the government, right?
I was feeling like either it's a national security or it should be something else, or they're just referring it to the states of South Sudan.
Okay.
The state as the country and not a specific branch of the country.
Oh, okay.
But who are supposed to do the case, who are supposed to handle the case itself, either the police or the national security or Directorate of Criminal Investigation, whatever.
Yeah, I've found something here. It says in South Sudan, so the link is South Sudan prosecutors in brackets ICJ. So the prosecutorial services of South Sudan are established within the Ministry of Justice in the form of a Directorate of Public Prosecution, DPP.
Oh,
It's
so
the
there's
same
a
as South Sudan, Kenya.
Okay, so there's a DPP that is now the prosecutor of Machar,
Yeah.
and Machar is the accused. So it's going to be the prosecutor, the DPPP, with Riek Machar, the accused,
Yeah.
and then the.
Riek Machar's teams are going to form the defense.
I'm looking at the judge, the court itself. So who's going to handle the case? Is it going to
the
be
court.
any other judge,
Like they'll
or
select a judge that is going to stand over it, one of those judges. Yeah. Because let's say, for example, if South Sudan has 9 judges, then one of them can judge the case, right? Depending on which level of court they are going to. If it's, let's say, high court, then someone at high court level will, a magistrate or
Okay,
something.
so I'm now coming to there. So if that's the case, then why are we having the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs reading out the thing that they're accusing him instead of the DPP, Directorate of Public Prosecution?
That's because, according to this, what I just read, the prosecutorial services, that is services that involve prosecuting someone, they are initiated or established within the Ministry of Justice. Yeah.
Oh.
So it's like the Minister of Justice and Constitutional Affairs is the one that releases that form. And then the DPP will go and do their work, his or her work.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Like they'll do their investigation, and then once they get all the evidence that they need, you are produced in court. And then because they produce this charge sheets.
Yes.
I don't want to really to mess with this.
Yeah, you say it. You say
CH and
it. You already charge it. You already say charge it.
Yeah, so the charge sheet is usually produced ahead of going to court so that the accused person will know why they are being charged or some of the offenses that are being labeled against them. And then that's where now you have to contact your lawyer to go and do their research on some of the articles or some of the, like, to form their defense basis.
Yeah.
So that they are able to defend you effectively in court. And then the prosecution on their end, the DPP, will come with their evidence, and then they have the burden of proof. Because they have to prove that you committed this crime beyond reasonable doubt.
Yes, they're the ones that will have to come with the evidence and the facts itself. So their work is to say, we have this evidence, and these are some of the proof. And it's up to now
the judge.
Yeah, and then the accused will say no to some of their evidence,
defense.
Take for example, if somebody said that you committed this crime, let's say in Nairobi, and at that point I was not in Nairobi. Let's say I was in Eldoret.
So you have to produce an alibi.
Yes.
That is someone who's aware that during the day and time that you are said to have been in Nairobi, where the crime happened, you were actually in Eldoret. So there's no way you'll be in two places at the same time.
Exactly. So the prosecutor will come with the evidence that shows I was in Nairobi.
Yes.
And then I will come with my evidence that shows I was not in Nairobi. I was in Eldoret.
And that's where witnesses come in now.
Witnesses and all other things. And now the judge will look at the two evidences and determine if I was actually in Nairobi as the DPP is saying, or I was in Eldoret as I'm saying.
Yes.
And then they now make a conclusion.
Yeah. And then if you produce an alibi, that is someone who acts as a witness to say that on this day we were actually with him and in this state or in this county, which is different from Nairobi. Then if that person is telling a lie, which is what we looked at the beginning, then that would be perjury. You are willfully telling untruth or something that's a lie. You are lying to the court, yet you swore to say nothing but the truth before you started being questioned. In that case, you'll be kind of included in the case as an accomplice.
Yes.
Because you are trying to defend like someone who committed a crime. or lying that you were with them when actually they were not in the place where you were at the time. Yeah.
All right, so that's it for Jimosi podcast. So Machar met with his lawyers today and are working on their defense or whatever that they discuss is not of public knowledge as of now.
Yeah.
So all right, so that's it. Leave your comment, share, like, and see you in the next video.
Yes. Let us know what your thoughts are regarding this case as it progresses. You can leave a comment if you find some information that we might have missed. Then leave it in the comment section.
All right.
And we appreciate all your support.